Godzilla's here on the Smile and Die Empire YouTube channel. And today we're talking about the ARL 44 and why we favor it. It is the sort of the approved tank or a heavy tank of Tier 6 battles. It has a whole lot of things going for it. So it's one of the basic tanks we're going to want you to grind to and obtain and kind of get proficient with it for when we get into tournament battles. And there's a lot of reasons for why it's a good tank, and the main thing is the gun. This is off of BlitzStars. I want you to take a look. You can see all the numbers there, but the big thing is that penetration. It outclasses all the guns in Tier 6. Even look at the SU-100 there at the end. It's 212 pin versus 175 pin. So it's literally, basically, it's almost a point shoot pin situation. You do have to aim, but you don't have to worry about a whole lot of things with that gun. There's some other items that are good we'll talk about later. Now, using it, now here in Copperfield, which is a map that you see very often in the Tier 6 battles, is there's 4 spots on this side of the hill that I like. The call will be, go soft or go passive into this cap area. And this is where the one tank needs to be. You see, I got a firing lane right there. This is going out too far. You got too much of a gap there for the enemy to be able to see you. So that's one lane. I think of it as lanes of gun coverage. All right. Now the second lane we're going to back into, and this is not one of the strong suits of the ARL 44, which is going in reverse, but is basically there's a lane right here that's on this road, as you can see, going up and using the gun depression, which is an advantage of the ARL 44, and you can get a shot into that area right there if the other team is poking up through there. Okay. And then come back down here and show you. Now this is be the third lane. Now this position is not as good as its other side because you have to come up a little bit farther than I would like to get a shot off, but you can cover that lane. But don't go up much farther than that. As you see here, I'm going to try it again. You can see the gun doesn't want to come down if I get too far close to the hill. So you got to work with your buddy and make sure you're not bumping into one another. Now the fourth lane, as I like to call them, is over here. Now this one's a little bit tricky, is because you're going to have a TD behind you, and you're going to have some meds out to the right flank here. Now this is kind of the spot you want to be in, but you don't want to go there until the meds spot over on C, because you can see you were kind of exposed. So it's best to hang out back in this area until something is spotted, and then you can pop up and hopefully get a shot in on the enemy meds if they're over there. Because you get one shot, that really helps out the meds over there. It's almost like a guaranteed win on that flank. So anyway, the basic thing is using the gun depression, which is 10 degrees, which is the best in the class, and it's hard to even get a medium with that good of gun depression. So those areas, and what you do is you wait for the other team to pop up and make a mistake. Hopefully they charge across there, because then you got all 4 guns plus the TD back there just to lay waste to them. Now here we are on the other side. Is you got pop out, you get that shot right there, and look, you can look around. You're really pretty safe here unless you pop out too far, and now other guns can kind of get a shot at you, and you can't. It's got good frontal armor. But they're on the sides, it could get pinned. So that's going too far out in that position. You don't want to do anything but cover that one spot until they make a move or a call is made, by the leader of the team. Now, it has it on the other side. The second, that was the first lane. The second lane is here on this road. And once again, demonstrating how slow the tank backs up. That's why you don't want to pop out too far. You can't get back very quick. Okay, so you're here on this road, essentially almost just straight up this thing. And using the gun depression, now you can pop up over this hill and get a shot in. Okay, now there's some area there that they can get shots back at you, but if you're not up very far, all they're seeing is is your turret, and if it's moving, it's very hard to hit. All right, now the third lane there again is right here. Now this one is better than the corresponding lane on the other side, is because you got a little less of an angle, and you can pop up, exposing nothing but your turret, very short term, and get a shot out and cover that area. All right, now this is the fourth lane. Now this one is a little less exposed if you stay kind of behind the cactus here. And by exposed, I mean you can jump up and get a shot off over there, but look, you're not exposed very much from the sea cap. If you come up here close to the hill, okay, you can get a shot off on that area, but you've got a wide open spot over there that you can be sniped from the side. I mean, it's okay to get up in that area once the meds have them all spotted up and you know where they're at and that kind of thing. But otherwise, you can take a lot of damage from the side that way. So anyway, guys, that was just a kind of a quick overview of why we think, the tank is good, is because of the gun penetration, good frontal armor, great depression. There's just not much to not like about this tank. So anyway, hope you picked up a few things, and this is kind of the basic pointers of what we're going to be expecting out of the ARL. If you have any questions, just let us know. And there's kind of an addendum to all that spiel. This is kind of predicated on the basic lineup of probably 4 ARLs, 4 firing lanes, a TD that'll be kind of sitting in the back covering the ARLs, and then 2 meds that'll be flanking out to the C flank. And if everyone works together and kind of does their job assignment, it's a pretty good strategy, although there will be variations based on who we're facing and what they're running. But those calls will be made in game. These are kind of the basics, at least for the Copperfield. And it's also kind of some of the basic tactics you should be using on any map. The calls will be different, but the tactics you use will be about the same.